everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be doing a 24-hour readathon vlog, which I'm really excited about. I did a readathon quite recently. I did a 48-hour readathon a couple of weeks ago, which I did vlog, and that video is already up, so you can go and watch that here. I'll leave a link to it, and I'll also leave a link down below. So today is the 31st of August, so it's the last day, and I wanted to sort of just like end August on a high reading wise. Because I haven't read loads this year because of all the exams, and so I basically just didn't read for the first half of the year. And then I've been doing my reread of Harry Potter, which I have now finished for my book versus movie series on my book blog. But now I've finished that, exams are over, and so I wanted to, you know, properly get back into reading by starting it with a good old-fashioned 24-hour readathon. So, it's actually just past 9 o'clock, so it's quite late. I don't like to stay up like to midnight like a lot of other people do, purely because sleep is like, I need my sleep, you know. So I didn't stay up, but technically I'm still going to say the readathon started at midnight. I just didn't get up early. But yeah, I got up at like my usual time at about 6, and then I tried to go to Starbucks, but the manager wasn't there yet, which meant it wasn't open, which, you know, a little bit annoying. And then I tried to go to Cafe Nero, but apparently that doesn't open till 8 AM normally anyway, which seems a bit ridiculous to me, because like most coffee shops open quite early, right? But apparently not on Saturdays. And then as a last ditch effort I went to Costa, which was thankfully open. So I sat and read there for a bit, but then it got kind of cold, so I came home. It's now just past 9 o'clock and I'm back home. So before we carry on with the vlog, I wanted to tell you what my TBR is and sort of like what the plan is for today. So I have 5 books that I'm hoping to read today. They are quite small books, and also these 2 are graphic novels, which means like they won't take too long to read, so they're not like full on like 700-page fantasies, because that's a bit much. But yeah, I wanted to get some like the easier books off my TBR, just so that I can sort of like start ticking things off, which sort of like will help keep the momentum going when I go back to college. So the first book I started today was Queer There and Everywhere by Sarah Prager. I don't know how you say her last name, but it's there. Yeah, this is, I think it's technically a non-fiction book, and it's basically just a collection of 23 queer people who changed the world. I read a book quite similar to this in style last year, called The Periodic Table of Feminism, which was, you know, the same principle, loads of women who had, you know, helped the movement of feminism get off the ground. And I really loved that book, and so then I saw this one and I was like, oh, that's like the same thing. So yeah, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It is like a very similar style, and yeah, so I'm on page 69 of that. I'm a decent way of the way through, especially considering like I didn't actually get to sit down in a coffee shop until like probably like 20 to 8, and then I left at like 20 past 8. So like I was only reading for like 40 minutes and I'm 70 pages through, so that's like pretty good progress. So I think before I do anything else, I'm just gonna sit down, I'm gonna finish this, which I should be able to get done quite quickly, because as I said, I read about 70 pages in roughly 40 minutes. And like, yeah, I think not even all of the book is like book, if that makes sense. Like this whole bit at the back is like the glossary for where they found their information and stuff, which I will not read. So actually there aren't too many pages left. There's only like just over 200 in the whole book. So yeah, I'll probably be able to finish this in like hour and a half. So yeah, I'm going to do that before I do anything else. And then I will update you when I've finished this and I'm starting to move on to something else. Oh, also, do you like my Harry Potter t-shirt? It says, "Don't let the muggles get you down." I've had this t-shirt for like 5 years or something now. I think I got it from Primark when I was like 12 or something, and I'm 16 now, so like it's been here a long time. Also, it used to be significantly darker grey than this, but it's faded over time. It's also quite stretched as well. But yeah, I'm gonna get reading now, so I'll see you later. Okay, so it's now 11:05 and I've just finished reading Queer There and Everywhere. I really liked it. And I think it's a really important book for anyone who is in the LGBTQ plus community. I think everyone, or just everyone in general, should read it. It's all about just generally normal people who have changed the world, but they've also been LGBTQ plus, and some of them have specifically fought for their rights, and some have just lived their lives whilst also being that in a time that didn't accept it. Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. I almost cried. I didn't though. So yeah, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars in total. And yeah, so it's already 11 o'clock and I've finished one book, which is good. I also realised I didn't actually tell you what my TBR was for today. Like, I showed you the stack of books and then I got distracted. So I'm gonna actually tell you what other books I wanted to read today now. First two are the Heartstopper comics by Alice Oseman. I read the first one like a couple of months ago and I loved it. I loved it so much. So then volume 2 came out I think last month, and I picked it up like the same day pretty much, but I was still in the middle of my Harry Potter reread, so I didn't read them straight away. So I think I'm gonna quickly reread Heartstopper because like they're graphic novels, so like they're, you know, like there's only like 10 words on each page, so they're not exactly long reads. I think it took me like half an hour, 40 minutes to read this last time. So yeah, I'm gonna quickly reread it and then also move on to volume 2. I have no idea how many volumes there are going to be because I'm quite new to the graphic novel scene in general. These are the first ones I've ever read, but I'm really enjoying these. So I'm gonna do some research a bit later to see like how many more there are gonna be and like when they're gonna be released and stuff, because I love them. Also, like, how pretty are they? Like, they're so pretty. They're like pastel and everything, and I love them. So the other two physical books that I've got on my TBR for today are the Allegra Biscotti collection, which is, there's 2 of them. This is the first one, and then Who What Where, which is the second one. These are, I think they're classed as middle grade. I actually read these when I was like 10 or something. Because if you didn't know, I used to want to be a fashion designer when I was younger. Like, I have my own sewing machine and everything. Yeah, I was like really into the fashion scene, and I do still really like fashion. I just no longer want to be a fashion designer. But yeah, I really liked them then, and I've kind of been wanting to reread them. So yeah, I thought I would. It is actually a trilogy, but I haven't got, I've only got the first 2, because I actually don't think the third one was ever released in a physical format. So I have the ebook, but I don't think a physical book exists, which is sad because I like having like a collection, but I can never have that. So yeah, I don't know if I'll get around to reading the third one, the ebook, today. But yeah, I'm at least gonna read these 2 hopefully. And they're relatively short. Again, they're just over 200 pages each. And like the words are like fairly big. There's also really cute illustrations in these books. Like they have like illustrations of all the clothes and stuff that she makes, and yeah, the whole story is basically about a girl, I think she's 14, and she, you know, like sews in the back of her dad's office, and then I think it's a fashion designer or something, she comes to her dad's office for something else and stumbles across her sewing room and asks, you know, who made these clothes, and then she lies on the spot and comes up with the name Allegra Biscotti, and she says that she's the intern when actually it's her that made them. So then she has to sort of go with it, and she ends up becoming quite famous and stuff, and it's really cool, and I really love them. They kind of remind me of, I don't know if anyone else watched the Barbie movies, because honestly, I only know one person in my real life who has ever actually seen Barbie movies. Like, no one else I know has ever watched them. But I like lived and breathed Barbie movies as a child. And I don't remember what it's called, but you know the fashion one? When Barbie like kind of breaks up with Ken because of something like a misunderstood phone conversation or something. And so then she like does the really dramatic white girl thing and just like goes to Paris to stay with her fashion designer aunt, and then she like helps put on a fashion show, and obviously there's magical fairies because it's Barbie. And yeah, and I love that film. And these books like kind of have a similar vibe. So yeah, those are like the 5 books that are on my TBR. Already finished one, which is great. Hopefully I'll have read both of the comics by like, I don't know, 1 o'clock-ish. I don't know if I'll actually stay up till midnight, but I'll like stay up as long as I can. As long as I sort of like get the first one read, then that'll be fine for me. I've finished my first book, really liked it, highly recommend. I've actually told you what books I'm planning to read today now. So yeah, I'm gonna get some food and I'm just gonna carry on reading. Honestly, I'm probably not gonna move from this spot for the whole day, so there won't be much of a change of scenery. Scenery. So I'm just gonna stay here in my Harry Potter t-shirt and I'm gonna read. Enjoy the montage. Quite a lot later now, as you can probably tell. It's very dark outside. It's actually 9:10, which is kind of weird because like it's still August, but it is starting to get darker earlier, which I like because I don't like summer. Also, it's really hot right now and I'm not enjoying it. Yeah, so I think I am sort of just gonna go to bed now and end the readathon / vlog here because I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I just thought I'd close this vlog out, tell you what I actually managed to read today, and then I'll say goodbye. So in total I managed to read 3.5 books. These are the 3 I read, and then I'm still working on this one. So the first book I managed to finish I talked about a bit earlier, which is Queer There and Everywhere by Sarah Praga, I don't know how you say her surname, which was really good. I talked about that earlier, so I won't go on about it again. But yes, highly recommend, especially if you are LGBTQ+, because I think it would really make you feel understood. So yeah, highly recommend. Also, it's a floppy book, which is completely irrelevant, but I love floppy books, so just thought I'd mention that. I then reread the first volume of Heartstopper by Alice Oseman, which I loved just as much as I loved it the first time, so obviously that got 5 out of 5 stars. And then I read for the first time volume 2, which I loved even more, if that's possible. It gets 11 out of 5 stars. I loved this book so much. Yeah, and I'm gonna look up the comic online, I think, tomorrow, because I need to know what happens and I cannot wait for the next physical book. Also, apparently these 2 comics, they relate to side characters in Alice Oseman's first book, Solitaire, which I didn't know originally. I just happened to read like one of the notes at the back. So yeah, obviously now I'm going to have to go out and buy that book so that I can read it. Those were 3 books I actually managed to finish today. And then I'm still in the middle of the Allegra Biscotti collection by Olivia Bennett. This is another reread, and I'm on page 130, so I'm quite a decent way through, you know. But yeah, I didn't manage to finish it, and honestly I'm mildly annoyed with myself because I absolutely could have finished this one and the sequel, which is on the floor. But I just didn't because I was lazy and I haven't got any excuse for that. But you know, the aim of readathons is just to have fun, so you know, I've had a relaxing, do absolutely nothing day, so I can then go into tomorrow, which is, it's Saturday today by the way, so tomorrow's Sunday, and I can get this vlog edited, the weekly vlog edited. I should really edit my morning routine as well, because I've been saying I'm going to do that in the weekly vlogs, which I'll leave a link to the playlist up here. Yeah, I've been saying that I'm going to do that for like a month now, and I haven't done it yet, so I should really do that. So that's sort of the wrap up. I managed to read like 3.5 books. I'm really happy with that. So yeah, I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you did like it so you don't miss anything else. As I said, I do upload weekly vlogs as well as some other little bonus videos on Wednesdays. They're not always guaranteed every week, but I try and put them out as much as possible. You know, give it a like if you enjoyed. Tell me, like, have you ever done a readathon? Do you like reading? If you do, what are you reading at the moment? I'd love to talk about all the books. Also, if you've read the Heartstopper comics, please talk to me about them because I love them. And if you haven't read them, go and read them because they're amazing, and they won't take up much of your time either because like they're comics, so like, you know, like there's not loads of words, it's mostly just pictures and like a few words on a page. So yeah, go read them please and talk to me about them. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.